So now we are in maps description. This comes in writing task 1 with 150 words. What is map description? Here we describe a city or a town or a village in two different periods. Means one belongs to the old period and one belongs to the present time. And sometimes they give you in the future also, the future plans also. So you need to be careful with the tense here. Sometimes we need to use the past, sometimes we need to use the present. So here the time matters much. Like look at the maps here. Both the maps talk about one particular town, that is Stockford. How was Stockford in 1930 and how was it in 2010? Means a period of 80 years. What were the changes? That's what we are going to describe in this map. So, maps can describe the past, present, and in some cases, the future also. So, you have to be very careful with the use of the tense here. So, now let's go to the structure of the essay here. The first thing you do is you study the map carefully and identify the main features. Features means the changes that the town or the city has undergone during this period, means the period of 80 years. So you have to look at the differences between the first map and the second map of the same city. Now, if there are many differences, what should we do? We need to take only three or four major changes. Like that thing is clearly visible in the map. There's no need to describe all the map, all the features of the differences, all the differences, because we are this essay is only for 150 words. Okay. So now the first thing we do, we identify the differences and then we need to plan the essay. As usual, like the description of map, we need three things: the introduction, the overview, means the overall sentence, and then we come to the body paragraphs. Body paragraphs, normally we write two. Like you can divide into two parts and then accordingly we can write. Now, let's have a quick look of the maps here. This is the first map describes Stockford in 1930 and the second map 2010, like 80-year period. So what has happened here? Number one, the shops. See, I have circled in red. They are not found in the second map, so they have disappeared. Number two, the farmland, like the farmland on the northeast and in the south, both have disappeared. And on the farmland they have built houses, so it becomes a residential area. Then the third difference is the primary school, which was very small in 1930, has become bigger, like almost double the size in 2010. And the last one, the large house and the gardens are replaced with the retirement home. So these four major features we will describe. So let's start writing the essay. Let's start with the introduction. What what do we write in the introduction here? The introduction here is just the paraphrase of the question. Means you need to describe the question in your own words. Like you add some words and use new words wherever possible, and then make it a formal introduction. Okay, so what does the question say? The question says the maps below show the village of Stockford in 1930 and 2010. Okay, so the maps, we'll make it the two maps. Show, we'll have the synonym illustrate. And the village of Stockford, you can't change it. Okay, and Add some information. Where is this village? The village is situated on the east bank of the river Stoke. You need to use the right word, bank. When it comes to the sea, it's shore. But when it comes to a river, it's a bank. So it's situated on the east bank of the river Stoke, changed over an 80-year period from 1930 to 2010. So this is the introduction. Clear? Means you just paraphrase, add some words, and make the sentence longer and make it an introduction. Just one sentence is enough. Okay. So after the introduction, you should have an overview. What is an overview? It's almost the same that we wrote for the maps. Overall means you give a complete view, like almost a summary of both the maps. Okay, so what is the summary here? You can say overall or in a quick look, something like this. Okay, you can say a comparison of the two maps reveals a complete transformation. What do you mean by transformation? A change, a very big change, because before it was a village and now it has become a town. So you can use the word rural and urban. So complete transformation from a largely rural to a mainly urban area means it has become like a city where people have moved in large numbers. So when people move in large numbers, the city will automatically develop in terms of housing and other necessary infrastructure. Now, let's plan the body. Body paragraph number one and body paragraph number two. What are the things to be included here? It's it's up to you. You can divide this all the four. You can divide into two plus two or three plus one. No big issue. Okay. So in body paragraph number one, you give a common statement like in 1930 it was much a greener residential area and there was a lot of farmland. It was basically a village that was based on agriculture. There was number of small houses, little bit of shops here and there, and a post office. So what happened in 2020, 2010? In 2010, the farmlands in the west and in the south, they are all cleared and the houses multiplied. So many houses came out, so many. So the number of houses increased and the shops were demolished and all new housing came. So this is paragraph number one. Paragraph two will say the post office and remain in the same place, no change in the post office. However, the large house and the gardens are gone now. And here, the retirement home replaces the gardens and the large house. So these things will put together and make it into paragraphs. Now, look at the body paragraph. Body paragraph number one. So it says in 1930, it was a green, residential area with a large amount of farmland and a small number of houses. And there were some little facilities like road and shops, little bit of shops and a post office. However, after 80 years, during these 80 years, there are many significant changes. The most noticeable change, the farmlands were cleared, disappeared. And with all the shops, were demolished, and in their place, there were new housing developments. So this is the major change we are going to describe in body paragraph number one. Body paragraph number two, you talk about the farmland, how the farmland were cleared and the gardens and the large house were removed, and we have in their place we have a large retirement home. And again you talk about the primary school, that it became double the size because there were more housing, so more people moved in. So in order to fulfill their requirement, now the school was developed more. So read the body paragraphs carefully. Okay, and in task one, either it's a map or a graph, No issues. No need to for a conclusion. Just leave it like that. So, here comes the complete essay. Look at the structure. It has got an introduction, just one sentence, and then the overall sentence, one sentence, and then the body paragraph, one, and body paragraph number two. So here, what are the things to be taken care? You should have some good vocabulary. That's the main thing. About you should read the vocabulary about housing, village life, town life, and then add some words here. Study the map carefully, make a list of the changes, and then try to write in sentences. Clear? I hope you understood. So, inshallah, I'll give you more practice. I'll give you two maps as an example. Try this and get back to me. Probably I'll give you 2 days time. Inshallah, maybe Saturday or Sunday we can meet. Once you complete your essays, send them to me. Okay? All the best. Masalama.